In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the door lock actuator in this Chevy Silverado. Let's get into it. Underneath this bezel, just use a trim tool and pry up. There's two clips that hold it down right there, and the whole piece comes out. Disconnect the connectors, push on the tabs, slide those off. This one I'm just going to use a pick, push down, slide that one out. Take this cover off, just use a trim tool, get behind here, pop it out, then it slides up. We need to remove this lock switch and bezel. We're just going to use a trim tool, just get underneath here in the front, push, pry it outward, and then it comes out. There is clips on the back. There should be a 7mm screw that you take out right there, also right here. Take those both out. Using a 7mm socket, take this screw out. Screw right there. This cover right here, just use a trim tool, get underneath, pop it out, and it slides right off. Now just grab the whole panel, slide it up, and it pulls right out. Right here there is a bulb with a socket. Slide that out. And we have a speaker over here. You want to disconnect that. Push down on the tab. Might need a pocket screwdriver. Just push down right there and slide it out. The vapor barrier, just peel it to the side. Just try not to rip it so you can reuse it. Out of the way. Pop this rod off. Just pull it out of the retainers. Just like that. And you want to do the same on this other one. You can see where it's attached to the handle. Pop that off. Might need a screwdriver. Pop that out of the way. Now we're going to disconnect the rod that goes to the outside handle. You can see it moving there. I'm just using a pick, get on the inside here. It could be clipped on the outside, but this one's clipped on the inside. There we go. Pop that off, pop the rod off. Now up further, we want to disconnect the rod that goes to the lock cylinder. You can see the little red lock on there. We're going to have to slide that to the side. Just pop that to the side, then pop the rod out. Just using some needle nose pliers, just push this retainer in. Just so we have some slack with the wires. That's good. Take these 3 screws out. Use a T30 socket. Take those out. Just grab the latch. Slide it down. And it'll slide right out. And we can disconnect the connectors. Just pull the tabs up, slide those off. And they slide right out. I'll take the lock rods off. Just going to use a trim tool. Just get underneath. Just pry that off. Just remember which way that goes. Next rod right here, same thing. Just pry it off. And the longest rod. Pry those off. Take the longest lock rod, that's going to go in here, the bottom one right there. And the next one, pop that in, and the last one, pop that in. Now connect all the connectors, line those up, and lock them down. Slide it back in place. Take the bolts, get those started. Tighten these down. Make sure those are snug. Push this rod into the retainers. And this rod's going to go through. And attach it to the handle right here. Slide it down, lock it down, and attach the lock rod going up. Lock that down, and the lower one. Get that lined up. Push that in. It goes in right there, and once it's in, just close the door, lock it down. Push that retainer in place. Take the vapor barrier, line it back up. You can use some butyl tape or some tape to hold it in place if it's falling down. Connect the speaker. Lock that down. Slide the wires through. Take this bulb and socket, slide that in the lamp. And it just locks in place. I'm going to have the door panel up a little bit. Push it in. And then push down. Make sure it's all the way in, all the way around. Then it's clipped in place. Take the screws, line those up, snug that down, put the other two screws in, it should be there. Take this panel, slide it over the handle, get the front part in first, and then push it down in place. Take the lock switch cover, we're going to make sure this lock rod is all the way forward. Start the back and push it in place. Make sure it works. Slide this cover on, latch it down, connect the connectors. These retainer clips stayed in on our vehicle, so I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers and a pick. And just slide these out. Just like that. And then these are going to go right here. Same with this one. Take the bezel, slide it in up top. Line the clips up. And lock it down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.